Love can conquer any war. It's time to take a stand. Brothers and sisters, join hands. We got to let love rule. We got to let love rule. Love transcends all space and time. And love can make a little child smile. Oh, can't you see? This won't go wrong. But we got to be strong. We can't do it alone. We got to let love rule. We got to let love rule.
Come on
We
now.
got to let it. We got to let love rule. We got to let love rule. Let love rule. Oh, we got to let love rule. Let love rule. Oh, you got to let love rule. Let love rule. Oh, you gotta let love
How about that? Oh, that was awesome. Let love rule. You gotta let love rule. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. How is everyone today? Awesome. I'm doing great today as well. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! So let's take care of our first order of business of the day, which is to start collecting. If you are celebrating a birthday or an anniversary this month, you should have been given a ballot. On that ballot, you write your name down, and you write down the name of a registered charity. If you have not done this and you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary this month, Tony will be happy to give you a ballot, and he's also collecting those ballots that have already been filled out. Because what we do is we choose one of those names out of the basket, and that registered charity will get a portion of today's contributions that you give to the center. So that's how that works. So while that's happening, let's do our song in honor of birthdays and anniversaries. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Still basking in the glow of Aaron. Yes.
Basking in the glow of what?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
All right. All right. So we collected all of those. You still have some outstanding? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can't forget Zach.
Okay, so I've been asked if I should. I'm not putting one in because it feels sort of self-serving. So I am a person just like you. All right, let me fill out a ballot. Let's see. My name. Okay, but this also means that I cannot do the choosing. So, Zach.
Zach put one in too.
Zach put one in too?
That's okay.
That's okay. Come on, Zach.
Okay.
Come on up here for a sec, okay? Will you please come up here? Yeah, you can choose his own if that's the one that naturally comes out. Whoa! All right, so choose one of those papers out of there, if you would. And then, what does it say? It says, Pat Moore. And the name of the charity is the Arthritis Society. So thank you so much. And that's how we celebrate birthdays and anniversaries here every month. So if you celebrate a birthday or an anniversary during any given month, just be here on the first Sunday of that month, and you can join in the fun too. So we got some stuff going on here at the center. We're getting back into the full swing of things. Back in the full swing of things. We start classes this week. We go into Science of Mind 103. Building a Healing Consciousness is the name of that course. Building a Healing Consciousness. That's an 8-week course that begins this Wednesday at 7 o'clock right here at the center. Tuesdays, starting January 22nd, we're going to be doing a course called Exploring Roots, and it's about the philosophies that led up to Ernest Holmes pulling all of this together and really creating what we're studying here today. So if you are interested in sort of the history, which is always very interesting to me, and seeing really like what are the roots of this entire line of thinking. It goes back. I mean, it goes back. New thought is not new. New thought is old. We just call it new, because in every moment you're thinking a new thought. Ah, see? So we're going to be exploring roots. What's that? What? Uh-huh. What did you say, though? Uh-huh. So that's Exploring Roots, January 22nd on Tuesday nights. That's a 10-week course. I will give you all fair warning that I will be taking 2 weeks off in the middle of these courses. One of the weeks is I'm going to the Vancouver conference. And the other week will be a week that I'm sure I'll have plenty to talk about on a Sunday. I'm going on a gay cruise to the Caribbean. So, Thursday, January 24th. Thursday, January 24th is our next board meeting right here at the center at 7 o'clock. And if you are a member of the center, you're welcome to come and join us for the board meetings and see what happens there and be an observer to the business of this organization. Also on Sunday, January 27th. This is really important to me. Sunday, January 27th is our annual general membership meeting. This is where we come together as a community and we make decisions about how to move forward as a community, because this community, even though I step up here and I'm the leader of the community, whatever that means, this is your community. So this is your opportunity to really take place and take part in the leadership and the forward momentum of this community. So I would encourage you all as members to please be here for the annual general membership meeting. That's on January 27th. It will happen right after service, yes. We'll probably take like all of 10, 15 minutes to stand up, stretch out, and then we'll come right back in here. And it shouldn't, I try to make these general membership meetings go pretty expeditiously, so don't think you're going to be here for like 4 or 5 hours. It'll only be 2 or 3. No. Try to make it. We'll try and make it happen within just no more than an hour. Certainly, if we're going more than an hour, then we're getting into stories. We're not getting into forward momentum. Yes, so I'm very specific about that. Thursday, January 31st is our women's group, our next women's group meeting. That's at 7, right here at the center, led by our beautiful Helen Vallot. If you are new to our center here today, who's here for the first time? Anyone here? Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. So lovely to have you. Bring your consciousness to us. We have some information about what this center is about and what we stand for and what we teach. That's all out in the lobby, and we also have a newsletter if you'd like to sign up for that and get some regular inspiration. I send, well, except for this week, it went out on Saturday. Normally the email newsletter goes out on Friday, and I usually have something to say in there, right? Yeah. I'm never at a loss for words. So that makes me think. I actually have this fear that so this is the end of, you know this is the 52nd Sunday of my ministry here. Which would be 1 full year. 1 full year, because I arrived into Toronto on January 11th last year, and my first Sunday was on the 15th of January. So this is my 5th, so next week would technically be my Sunday anniversary. Anyway, I have this little bit of fear sometimes as I sit down at 6:30 in the morning to start writing my talk. I think, do I have anything left to say? I'm never at a loss for words. We do still have volunteer opportunities. If you'd like to be a youth mentor, which we're always looking for youth mentors, working in a technical capacity, we're helping with our webcast or sound, or if any of this appeals to you, if you want to be a social media ambassador, we'd love to have you join us as a volunteer. You can talk to me about those things. You can also talk to Margaret Ann, who is our brilliant, beautiful volunteer coordinator. Yes. So grateful for all the work that she does. We do have a spiritual mind treatment request box. If you are dealing with something in your life, please do not leave here with that weighing on your heart. Fill out a spiritual mind treatment request. It gets handled by a practitioner. Also, we have a comments box if you'd like to express yourself and just leave us some messages of what you think. I'm always happy to hear comments. Constructive. Just want to be clear, constructive. Also, if you are interested and you do engage in social media, please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of those good places. So, breathe. Breathe. Here we are. We are here at the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. That's all the business, by the by. We are here at the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto for one purpose, and one purpose only. And that is to, wow, I feel all of a sudden like my whole energy got very somber. So I'm going to pick it up. We come here for one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to celebrate. We're here to celebrate the divine, which is the inherent energy and capacity that we all have within us, because there is no separation between us and God. And yes, I do use the G word. This was a big thing when I first got here last year. I use the G word, God, 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 sometimes because it pushes people's buttons, because they come from... It's going to be one of those days. But I use the word God because, to me, I don't allow it to carry the weight of past history, of what it used to mean. What I understand is that there is one intelligent, divine source, and it is inherent in all of us. We're all part of it. We cannot be separated from it, because here's the thing. If God is infinite, if we were separate from God, God could not be infinite. Get it? Because there would be something other than God. So we're all part of it, and this is what we celebrate here every single Sunday. We're not going to read the Declaration of Principles or the little thing that we have written in there. We're going to do the Declaration of Principles in a slightly different way today, because I've decided I can change things up. It's my service. So what I'm going to invite you to do is simply relax into wherever you are. We're going to do a call and response. I'm going to say part of the Declaration of Principles, and I'll ask you to respond back by stating it out loud and really understanding who and what you are. Who are you? This is a declaration where you're saying, I believe. What is it you believe? And if something doesn't ring true, just check in with that. Figure out what does ring true. So we'll start like this. I believe in one living spirit. I believe in one living spirit. one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. One indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation. I believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation. I believe in the individualization of the Spirit. I believe in the individualization of the Spirit. And that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. And that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. I believe that heaven is within and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. I know that's a mouthful. I'll say it again.
Break it down.
I'm going to say it again. Well, I will break it down. We'll do it this way. I believe that heaven is within.
I believe that heaven is within.
And that we experience it.
And that we experience it.
To the degree that we become conscious of it.
To the degree that we become conscious of it.
I believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence.
I believe that God is personal to all who feel its indwelling presence.
I believe in the eternality,
I believe in the eternality,
immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul, forever and ever expanding. I believe in the eternal goodness,
I believe in the eternal goodness,
the eternal loving kindness,
the eternal loving kindness,
and the eternal givingness of life to all.
and the eternal givingness of life to all.
So simply resonate with that right here and right now, just right in this moment. What you have just stated out loud, what rings true? What rings true for you? Check in, what does not ring true? And figure out, you can figure out right in this moment, if it does not ring true for you, what does, and how is that affecting your experience in life? And so with that, in this moment, right here, right now, this is the only moment that is. I'm going to invite our practitioner of the day, Helen Below, to the podium. She's going to offer us some words of wisdom.
Buckle your seatbelt. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy 2013. Happy New Year to you all. So actually, what Jonathan had you repeat as a declaration really piggybacks on what I want to talk about, because we are infinite energy. And yet, how many of us feel that sometimes our energy gets drained? Yet, how can that be if we're infinite energy? Our energy gets drained when we close our hearts, when we shut down. We start to get depleted. And have you ever noticed that sometimes you'll meet somebody and instantly you can feel yourself start to shut down and close your heart? That moment, that one moment of reactivity and shutting down is not based in the present moment. It's based on your history. And subconsciously, you've gone back into your history where you've had a familiar reaction and you've brought it into the present day and you're reacting to that person from someone from your history, from some experience that did not give you joy and love and happiness. And so, I invite you to be really, really conscious of when you meet someone or you get into an experience and you start to feel yourself shut down and your heart starts to close. Because in that moment, you are cutting off your connection to your spirit, to that infinite flow of love and light that is connected to God, that is a part of us. In that one moment of reactivity, we can go into a whole host of reactions. One reaction leads to the next, to the next, to the next. And we are the ones who have cut off our energy. And we're depleting ourselves. No one can deplete us of our own energy. No one can make us feel anything unless we are consenting to it. And so in that moment, when your heart shuts down, you've consented. Nobody's done anything to you. People are just doing what they do based on their own histories. But in each moment, we have choice. To be aware of when we're shutting down and to go, no, that is not the truth. That is not the truth of me. That's not the truth of the other person. We are all divine spirit. In this moment, I choose to keep my heart open. I choose to let that energy flow through me. I choose to stand in love, to be love, and to open myself up to also receiving love. Because of course, if we've shut our heart down, then we're not open to receiving as well as giving. And so I'm going to have you repeat an affirmation after me. Today, I choose to keep my heart open.
Today I choose to keep my heart open.
I stand in the truth of who I am.
I stand in the truth of who I am.
I am the infinite flow of spirit.
I am the infinite flow of spirit.
And so it is. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay right there, Helen. So this is perfect. It leads us right into our chant today. So, sorry. I'll try and steer clear of your guitar. So take what you've heard, simply relax and resonate with that right in this moment. The understanding, you've brought to mind, I had a conversation yesterday with some ministers, some colleagues of mine. And it was a group we talk once in a while. It's very interesting because what I kept hearing was the story of the past and how it was affecting their future. And I kept having to say, wait a second, we know better. None of that has anything to do with this moment or anything moving forward except to the degree that you allow it to. No matter what, you are always, always available to create something brand new, something unexpected. Because if God is infinite, creation is infinite. And so the possibility and the probability are infinite. So I invite you to simply relax, breathe, and surrender to this idea.
the divine power and presence of Spirit, of God, of the universe, is this omniscient energy that is back of all creation. It is a divine creative intelligence that lives within each one of us. And in this moment, I do open my heart. I surrender, I accept, I embrace the beauty and wisdom of my heart, of my spirit. I know that each one of us, as I speak these words, is a beautiful expression of God that is unique, that has this creative power and gifts to bring to the world. And so in this moment, declare for yourself that you choose to step into leadership, to bring your gifts forth, to be love, to be light, and bring peace into your life, into the lives of your loved ones, and to this earth plane. Knowing that you are not bound by precedents. None of us are bound by precedents. That in each and every moment we have the power to choose, to be love, to be light, to embrace ourselves as perfect, whole, and complete right here, right now. And so I say yes to this way of being. Yes. And I declare that these words are the truth. I declare that in this moment, this beautiful community that has come together today is Spirit expressing, Spirit giving and receiving love. I acknowledge this, and I give thanks for this. I thank this beautiful community. I thank the Spirit, and I thank the consciousness of Spirit that is constantly evolving, constantly bringing us to a higher vibration of love and light. And I now release these words to the Eternal One, knowing it is all done with love, with ease, with joy, and in grace. I let it go, I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
I surrender. I trust, and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust, and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love. And so it is.
Beautiful. Oh, so many things to be grateful for in this experience of life, and I'm certainly experiencing gratitude in my life a great deal, having just celebrated my 40th birthday on Friday. One of the things I'm truly grateful for, as I say frequently, is this band, and for what this band brings. The song today, the honest truth is, I didn't really pay much attention to it when he sent it out this week, and I wrote my talk not even really thinking about it, and it's totally perfect because there are no mistakes. This is a song that was written by Pierre, as many of these songs are, and I'm telling you, this is the year, Pierre. We're putting together an album. I'm getting you in a recording studio. Yep. So please welcome Pierre Gautreau and the band with Pierre's song Creator. I'm going to sit here.
All right. Come on, sit. Try not to. If your days are long and you're going home thinking, what's the use? You're not living your dreams, and it seems you're always making another excuse. You can't understand why the frustration won't die, just follows you wherever you go. Time and again, law of attraction won't end, so learn what you need to know. Some say life happens by chance. I beg to differ. I hold a different stance. You are the creator. You are your life maker. Beliefs held in your mind will appear in your present time. You are a creator. It's just a shift in your consciousness where the intention goes, the energy flows. So it is what it is. The past can't be undone. Bust your heart open wide. A change in the tide has begun. Oh, we hold the power to change our lives, to see the world again with new eyes. You are a creator. You are your life maker. Beliefs held in your mind will appear in your present time. And you are a creator. Let the stories you tell be of joy, not hell. You're the author of your play. What will you write today? It's just a shift in your consciousness where the intention goes, the energy, it flows, flows, flows. You are a creator. Yeah, yeah. You are your life maker. Beliefs held in your mind will appear in your present time. You are a creator. Yeah, yeah. You are your life maker. You are a creator.
Is that yours? Do you want some more? I've got some water here. Okay. Oh, man. Tanis, before you get too far. Oh, you know what? I'll just grab them from here. Yes. That is a great song. It's really a great song. Like for me, that's got a huge wow factor. And I am going to talk a little bit about the song a little bit later. So here we are. It's January 6th. It's January 6th. Do you know what today is? It's Epiphany. It's actually Christmas. Did you know that? In the Orthodox calendar, today is Christmas. It's also the 12th day of Christmas. So 12 drummers drumming, 11 ladies dancing, 10 pipers piping. I can't remember now. Anyway. All I care about are the 5 golden rings. Okay. So, no, we've just come off of a period where it's traditional, where there's a lot of celebration going on, so much celebrating, and for me, this has always been quite an interesting time because I look at the holidays as culminating on my birthday, which just happens to be 10 days after Christmas, after the 25th, and just a couple days after the New Year. So I just keep partying and partying and partying and partying and partying and partying. And I partied on Friday night, let me tell you. The details of which I will not be getting into. But it was fun. I had a great time. On Friday night and went out and danced my butt off. So now I have to admit that... No, I don't. You just wait till I get back from the cruise, then you'll learn what TMI is all about. No, but you know what? Here's where I'm going to go with this, because this seems like an appropriate time to say this. It's all God. If we believe that there is anything other than God, even in the seeming debauchery of the village at Woody's on a Friday night when they're doing what they do and there's various amounts of skin being put on display, that's as much I will get into with the graphic detail. It's all still God. It's all God. It's just these are how certain people choose to express it. I will tell you that I did not have any skin exposed that night. That's not for me. That's fine. Anyway, wow, I've gotten off track. Anyway, celebration. Celebration. We were celebrating. It was so much fun. I had such a good time. And we tend to, as a society at this time of year, we tend to begin again. We look at the new year as kind of this new opportunity for rebirth and renewal and growth from a clean slate. How many of you really take to heart wiping the slate clean of all past experiences on the new year? All right, I see a couple hands. You know, the truth is, and this is exactly what Helen was talking about, there is nothing in your past that has any bearing on your present or your future. Nothing, absolutely nothing, except to the degree that you allow it to. You know, and it goes back to this minister's conference that I was talking with these people. I'm just like, oh my gosh, will you please stop thinking that your future is going to be something because you've decided that the circumstances or the statistics would show that this is how it's going to be. Statistics are nothing. They are nothing but race consciousness in action. And when I talk about race consciousness, I'm not talking about ethnicity. I'm talking about we, as a group, create a race consciousness within this room. Each and every one of us are contributing to a race consciousness. We have the opportunity in this moment to lift up the energy and to live brilliant lives or do something else. But I think as a community, we've made a decision that this is what we want to do. That's a race consciousness. That is a race consciousness. So, the new year, a chance to re-begin. And the birthday, it's a chance for me to celebrate re-beginnings, rebirth in every experience. Now, one of the things I am going to mention today is I have chosen to celebrate my 40th birthday all year long. And why the heck not? Now, I had to clarify for somebody when I was explaining that I was going to celebrate my birthday all year long. What some people hear is I'm going to party all year long. Celebration does not have to be partying. I can celebrate just as easily sitting and watching Downton Abbey, which I'm so excited about. I'm excited even though I've already seen all of Series 3. I know what happens, but I won't tell anybody anything. But I can celebrate just as easily enjoying the company of my cats, sitting alone in my apartment watching Downton Abbey. To me, that's celebration. What is celebration to you? What is it? Because it's not always going to have to be partying. Now, some people do see celebration only as partying. That's fine too. That's fine too. Ernest Holmes writes, "We see the abundance in the universe." We can see it all around us, right? We see the abundance in the universe. He continues, "We cannot count the grains of sand on a single beach. The earth contains untold riches, and the very air is vibrant with power." We can see this, we can feel this, we can experience this. It's all around us. Abundance in the universe. So here's my question. Do you really see it? If you check in with yourself right here in this moment, do you really see it? Or are we so busy in our lives observing limitation that we forget to understand the abundant nature of the universe? Because a lot of us go on this path and this journey of only seeing the limitation. That's when we start telling our stories. We start getting into statistics. We start thinking that the past has any precedent on our future. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? And what are you looking with? Are you looking with limited eyesight, or are you looking with an open heart, tapping into the infinite? What are you looking for? So then I will ask you, why the Center for Spiritual Living? What is it that draws you to this place? This is a rhetorical question. I just want you to check in with yourself. If you want to talk to me about it later, you can. But why? What brings you here? What keeps you coming back? I've watched over the past year, and it's been interesting, because there's no way that, when you go through ministerial school, there are certain things that they just cannot train you for. It's just experience is the only way you can ever really be trained to go through some of the things that I've gone through this past year. One of the things that they do try and elicit to you, and you can hear it and you can know it intellectually, but until it's actually happening in your experience, you can't really understand how you're going to react to it in the moment. I've watched in the past year people make decisions to come and go from our community. That they will come to service, they enjoy service, and then at some point they think, wait a second, this isn't working for me anymore, and they go. And there have been people who have, it's an interesting phenomenon, because there are people who have come up to me then with a litany of reasons. Like they come up and they try to justify why they're leaving. To me, I'm like, you know what? If this place doesn't work for you, honor that. I don't think I've ever stood up here once and said, this is the place for everyone. This is the place that works for me. And Susan just said, me too. And if you are returning, then I imagine it's working for you right now. Here's the other thing. Yes, I've become a minister within this philosophy, and this is not to make any red flags go up. But is it possible that in 5 years, something else could make more sense to me and I would leave the ministry? It's possible. Why not? I really don't see it happening but it's possible but I don't see it happening, and I'll tell you why. Because every time I think something or I rethink something, I think, oh, look at that in the context of the science of mind. But it's also limiting. The science of mind, these ideas that were handed down, have been handed down over the generations, are limiting ideas. I have committed myself to living a life based on certain principles, which I'm proving in my own experience, but does that mean that they're actually true? They're true for me. What's true for you? That's why I always say, when we read these declaration of principles, check in with yourself, because you're making statements of what you believe. If you say, I believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding, if you make that statement and you're making it out loud, check in. What do you really believe about that? What's really the thought that's going on behind the statement? Because the thought is the belief. If you don't buy into that, you don't have to buy into it, but check in with yourself. What do you believe? Because what we teach two things within this philosophy. God is all there is, and it's done unto you as you believe. It's done unto you as you believe. So what do you believe? This is the year that I am choosing to get really, really much more in touch with what I believe, and standing firm and letting go of anything that no longer serves me. Now, I could say that I've been doing this all along, but I'm really making a commitment to it this year. This is what I've chosen to do. Now, specifically, I keep going back. I'm like, oh yeah, I was talking about that, wasn't I? So when people have come up to me and they've given me these litany of reasons of why they're leaving the center, here's what I usually hear. I'm feeling limited, and so I need to step away. Oftentimes they come back, but all of their reasons are founded in limitation. There's comfort in limitation. There is comfort in limitation. We feel safe within the limitation. It's like a cocoon. It's a perfect thought. When we step out and we move beyond the limitation, when we go beyond our boundaries, when we go beyond what is comfortable, we step outside of the comfort zone into the unknown, then we start to feel, you can get really, really, it can be a scary, scary experience. So that's why people feel comfortable in limitation. They want to keep themselves limited, and I'm trying to expand the limitations. That's all I'm ever trying to do on a Sunday. I'm trying to expand the limitations so that people can really step a little bit further along. And am I saying you got to be over there right now? No. Be on your own journey. Be on your own journey. And the other thing I am also very, very conscious of as people leave is that I'm not here to save anyone. I'm not here to save anyone. If you want to be saved, go to another philosophy. I'm not here to save anyone. I am willing to let people move on. I think I've said this a couple times, that when the board was interviewing me, one of the questions that came up is, and this is from a purely business understanding. How are you going to keep people in the center? How are you going to keep people, how are you going to keep people from leaving? And I said, I'm not. I'm not going to keep people from leaving. I said, if people need to move on, they will move on. And that's okay. We have to accept that. Have our numbers dropped? No, we've expanded. We've grown. You know why we've grown? Because each of us is contributing to the greater consciousness in our own lives, and that is attracting more and more people around us. That's why this center is thriving. That's why this center is growing, and that's why this center, I'm going to say it, is moving this year. Because like I said back on November 11th, this center, this space does not, it's been a functional space, but it does not stand for what we stand for in consciousness. So at some point, we're going to find that space. We're on the search. I'm telling you, we are searching. And we're going to find the space. And we're moving this year. I'm committed to that. Yes. Now, many people do come to the center unaware that what they're looking for is salvation. And yet, I'm not here to save people. Isn't that an interesting thought? What they're looking to be saved from? What was that? Themselves. Yeah, their own ideas of limitation, their own ideas of dis-ease, their own ideas of loneliness, their own ideas of lack. They're coming here. You know the number one reason why people show up here? It's not inspiration, it's community. We have a community that is brilliant and energetic and is, like I said, it's growing. And I'm so grateful to everyone for that. But people are coming here looking for community so that they can stop feeling limited. They can stop expressing by way of ill health. They can stop expressing loneliness in their life. They can stop expressing lack in their life. They can replace these things with greatness and with perfect health and with community and creative expression. That's what I'm here to teach. That's what I stand for. I am here to teach that these things are all who and what you are in every moment. It is up to you to stand up and really, really embody these truths. Now, it's also interesting. There's also one thing that happens is many people come here and they're looking for the one thing that's going to turn it all around. Yeah, it's like they're looking for the fix. They're looking for what is the one bit of information that I'm going to get that's going to change my entire life? What they don't realize is it's a culmination. It's a culmination. Spiritual nourishment comes as a meal every Sunday. At least that's how it's looking right now. Because in our new experience, I will keep doing Sunday service as long as it serves this community. But I think we're even moving beyond the concept of Sunday service because to me, it's too churchy. Like I say, in my vision for this place, it's a spiritual community center where people can come at any time and get spiritually nourished. But that's the thing, it's about spiritual nourishment. Do you think you can eat one meal and be fed forever? No. I had way too many seconds and thirds over the holidays. Now, I say that they're looking for the one thing that's going to change it all, and that it'll all change in an instant. They're looking for it. Most people don't find it, but here's the rub. It can change in an instant. You have to accept it. You have to accept that change is what you truly want. You need to stop living in your story. You need to stop bringing the past into your present. You need to stop with all of that stuff that no longer serves you. You need to stop with the ideas of limitation. You need to stop with the ideas of disease or ill health. You need to stop with the ideas of loneliness, and you need to stop with the ideas of lack. If they don't serve you, get rid of them. You don't need them. None of us need them. I know I'm starting to yell. They hear this message, change your thinking, change your life. And I'm talking, I'm actually going to harken back to my very first talk here on Sunday, January 15th. I went and watched it recently because I'm working on my book. And one of the things I said was, change your thinking, change your life is what people come and they hear this and they get so excited about it. But what they're actually hearing is, change your thinking and get what you want. And I've even changed this now. It's not change your thinking and get what you want. It's listen to me and get what you want. Because people want to come and they want to listen and they want to feel inspired. They don't want to do the work. They want me to change it for them. I can't change anything for you. You are the one who is in charge of changing your life. Each and every one of you has the capacity to step up into a greater expression of your life. And that's what I stand up here trying to tell you every week. It's up to you to do it, though. Each and every one of you. The change in thought, the changing in your thinking, changing your thinking is an active process. And you must engage in it. You must engage in it not just on Sundays, not just when you're here in class, those of you who come to class. It is a constant high watch that you must be on. Is it exhausting? Not really. You know why? Because if you're stepping into your divine greatness, the divine energy is infinite, therefore energy is infinite. It is always flowing through you. You can never be exhausted by stepping into the divine person you are. Just listening to me blather on every Sunday will do nothing in your life until you actively accept a new thought. And there it is. We're a new thought philosophy. It's not about the ideas are new. It's about what are you thinking now? What is the new thought you're thinking now, and how is that expressing in your life? You have to actively accept a new thought to elicit change in your experience. And that also means you must be done with the old thought. Ernest Holmes writes, no man can demonstrate peace and cling to unhappiness. He can demonstrate resignation and call it peace, but it will not be peace. This goes for everything. You cannot demonstrate love and cling to unhappiness. You cannot demonstrate joy and cling to unhappiness. You cannot demonstrate abundance and cling on to lack, which many people do because they say, they'll go through all the affirmations. I am perfectly abundant, and everything in my life is flowing forth, and I recognize the abundance of the universe. Now I'm going to go check my bank account. Oh. Still don't have any money in there, but I'm abundant. Now, what I have demonstrated in my life is really embodying the idea of abundance, and my bank account has grown, which then makes me think, oh gosh, I'm doing a pitch now. Sorry. Because I meant to do this during the announcements, and it was just buried. CPR starts tomorrow. Those of you who have taken it, this is James Mellon's prosperity program. It's brilliant. Anyway, there are cards out there. You cannot demonstrate greatness and cling on to lack. You cannot cling on to the things that are no longer working for you and demonstrate brilliance in your life. It just won't work. It just will not work. So this year is chapter 2. That's why today's talk is called chapter 2. Technically, today is the end of chapter 1. And so we're stepping into chapter 2. Chapter 2 of my ministry, chapter 2 of what this center looks like, chapter 2 of what Sunday service looks like. Things are shifting. Things are changing. I actually tried to keep you on your toes all year long by not making anything too specific, saying, oh, we're going to do something different today, right? Because I want us all to be open to not feeling limited within the confines of what the service should be. Because even coming together and doing the rundown, I mean, we get this, you know, I love you, Tanis. She makes these sheets for us every week to remind us. And it says, welcome and announcements, declaration of principles, practitioner's power talk, I surrender with practitioner's treatment. It's a very regimented thing that we actually do follow every week, right? And part of that is for the comfort level, so you know what to expect when you come here. But don't be surprised if I switch it all up one of these days and you come in and it's a completely different experience. Because I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. Oh, And I actually just had a thought. It's a new thought. I got to write it down. Because you know what? One of the greatest lessons I ever learned, one of the greatest metaphysical lessons I ever learned was when I was studying to be a stage manager. Paper never forgets. All right, so that now I will not forget. So chapter 2. What we're going to do in chapter 2 is we're going to start celebrating, and this is very important. Remember, my birthday is a year-long celebration. What I want is for this community to start celebrating the world as it is. To recognize that right here and right now, the world as it is good. The world as it is constructive and forward-moving. And we all have the capacity, and this is what we should be doing, in my opinion. That is an opinion. We should all be contributing to the upward momentum, the upward spiral, not the downward spiral. There are plenty of people who will try and convince you to go into that downward spiral. It is up to us to live in the upward spiral. But we must start with recognizing that right where we are, right here, right now, right in this moment, everything is perfect. The world as it is something to be celebrated. There is nothing wrong with the circumstances that we're experiencing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the circumstances that we're experiencing. You know why? Because we created them. If you are experiencing something, you created it. And it is our consciousness that will recreate the circumstances. If it's done unto you as you believe, start to believe in the upward spiral. And that's what you will experience. And then I also wrote here, it's very, because I have to do this sometimes, live in humor. Live in humor. If there's something that's shown up in your experience that you're not happy with, this is what I've started to do in my life. I look and I go, wow, look at the mess I've created. Oh well, guess what I know? I know that I can recreate it. What this is has no bearing on me or my experience except to the degree that I allow it to. So if I don't want to experience it, be done with it. Look at the mess I created. And I laugh. And I say, I'm done. I'm done with that mess. Create something new. And then embody the truth. Embody the truth that you are the one, nobody else. You can't come here and think, I'm going to clean up your mess. You're the one to clean up your mess. That's hard for some people to hear, that you're the one who has to clean up your own mess. But living and embodying these principles will help you clean up the mess. So this brings me to the song. And really what I want to talk about is these lyrics. It's just a shift in your consciousness. It's just a shift in your consciousness. It's actually not that hard. Now, there might be challenges in going through it because, you know, like for instance, like mental muscle, right? I'm looking at people who've taken mental muscle now. And mental muscle is a very active program in terms of shifting your consciousness. And I basically demand that you follow the program as it's written. And I say this, you know, when the byline of the program, and James has used this for CPR as well, is do the work, live the results. And I've seen people who have come in, they've not done the work, and they're not living the results. Because you can't. You have to do the work to live the results. It's just a shift in your consciousness. That's ultimately all that you're ever changing. You're not changing the world of form. You're not changing the circumstances of your world. You change your consciousness. Where the intention goes, energy flows. So it is what it is. Pierre, you wrote it right into your song. The past can't be undone. The past can't be undone. Stop trying to change the past. But recognize that your future is infinite. There's infinite possibility in your future. The past can't be undone. Bust your heart open wide. A change in the tide has begun. And we hold the power to change our lives, to see the world again with new eyes. Each and every one of us, right here, right now, can open our eyes and see the world anew. And this is what I stand for in 2013. So I'm going to allow sort of a catchphrase to be the catchphrase that will stay with me for 2013. It starts with this: celebrate the ordinary. Celebrate the ordinary. Recognize who and where you are is exactly perfect, because you are the believer, not the belief. When you change the belief, you change your experience. So celebrate the ordinary. Part 2 of that, though, is expect the extraordinary. Celebrate the ordinary, expect the extraordinary. Believe in something more, and it will be so. Believe in something more, and it will be so. That's why at the end of every spiritual mind treatment, we say, and so it is. Now, we could just as easily say amen, amen, oh mine, whatever. It all means the same thing. Did you know that? That's actually what amen means. It means, and so it is. We just say, and so it is. That's what we do in this philosophy. Whatever you are thinking, wherever your mind is going, there your experience grows. So celebrate the ordinary and expect the extraordinary this year. That's my gift to you on my birthday celebration. Namaste. I am so revved up. I will tell you, okay, so now I'm going to come clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Revved up, get it? So I'm going to come clean. I started the morning feeling a little under the weather with a little bit of a sore throat, and I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to sing today. But you know what? This is a great example of putting your mind aright and stepping into the understanding that I am pure and perfect health at all times, no matter what. And that's what I'm experiencing now. And so it is. So I invite you to take whatever gift you have to offer to the center today. Take it out of your pocket, hold it in your hands. See, this is part of the changes. When we do get the new songbooks written, I've actually got some new things that we can say together. So I'm just going to read this to you. If you want to close your eyes, hold what it is that's in your hand, and I'm going to read this affirmation of divine givingness. And just hear it in your own mind, and honor that what you have to give today is a perfect gift. And it is a gift of love. I know that God is the source of all supply, and that money is God in action. I know that my good is here now. I claim an abundance of money to spare and to share. I know that true prosperity includes perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. I bless all that I have now, and I bless the increase. I give thanks for this good. I know that my gift today goes forward to heal and bless. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center and know that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. So as the baskets go around, I invite you to stand and dance as we sing Infinite Love, which is number 3.
3.
In your
That was
songbooks.
very loud. 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite peace flow through me. Infinite peace flow through me. Infinite peace flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite joy flow through me. Infinite joy flow through me. Infinite joy flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite power flow through me. Infinite power flow through me. Infinite power flow through me. Help me to be all I can be.
Right. I will invite Helen to the platform to do a blessing over our offering.
Now that it's all lined up. Oh, in this moment, I give thanks for this abundance, this currency that is God in action, that is part of the infinite source of all that is, knowing that the Center for Spiritual Living receives this abundance gratefully and uses this currency to support this community in living in love and peace and in its highest and best good. Grateful for each and every person here today. Grateful for the flow, the energy of love, of light, of abundance, and prosperity. I release these words to the law of mind that is eternal, knowing it is all done and all is well. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. So I want to say thank you to Margaret Ann and to Tony for being our board members on duty today. And off you go, downstairs, goodbye. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I want to thank Margaret Ann for setting up today. Our greeters today, hi Lou and Judy. And in the bookstore today, Lorna, our practitioner of the day, Helen Valo. I'm just looking at my list. Oh, okay, so I want to thank the band, especially, as I always do. And I want to thank Mahala, who was out with the kids today. And I want to thank Linda for ensuring that we go out to the world via the internet as well. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. Happy birthday from Zach. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm going to get emotional now.
Yes. And I'm going to bust in.
Well, before you bust in, okay. I also want to give great gratitude to Carmen, and I'll tell you why. Carmen threw herself into the fire today.
Yes, she
Having
did.
never sat behind a soundboard, really, she's never sat behind a soundboard today. She just got up there and jumped right in, and I think she's done a brilliant job. Thank you, Carmen. Okay.
We're having a little celebration for Jonathan today, as it is, as you heard, his birthday. So out in the lobby, immediately following this, there is just an unbelievable abundance of food and treats and celebration for our beautiful Jonathan. So please, everybody come, stay, join in, have community together. It'll be fun.
Thank you.
The church ladies, do it again.
Gotta love those church ladies. So I used to do the church lady when I was in high school, because it was big on Saturday Night Live. And now I feel like I had the glasses almost like, Well, isn't that special? Anyway. Yeah. And who knew? When I was in high school, did I ever have any thought of being a minister? No. So look where I've ended up. A church lady. All right. And I'm now going, how do I get from this to our benediction song? Oh, okay. So I want us to, all right. I never know. I never know if I want to use the stand or not. let's breathe. But let's not let the energy of that laughter and that joy dissipate. Let that bubble forth. Because that's the truth. That's the energy that is flowing forth from each and every one of us at all times. And all I'm ever here to do in every single moment is to step forward for each and every one of you, just to remind you. To simply stand up here as a reminder. Not that I have all the answers, but I have a lot of questions and I'm willing to ask them with you. And as a community, I'm trusting and knowing that we continue to find the answers. And so if you want to just take this moment to breathe in, relax, release, let go, and allow as we step into our final song. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. So right here in this moment, I relax into that deep knowing, that deep understanding, and that deep embodiment that there is only one power, that there is only one presence, there is only one infinite intelligence, there's only one unique, perfect creator, and it is expressing itself by means of each and every one of us. And in this understanding, I trust and know that each of us has the power of creation at our command. And so I trust and know that each of us are creating lives that are brilliant. That we each explore our lives and our experience from a place of this understanding of greatness, knowing that we are in that upward spiral, creating a greater world, celebrating the ordinary and expecting the extraordinary in every single moment. I trust this, I know this, I'm grateful for this, and I let this be the truth as I release this word to a perfectly corresponding law, knowing it is done. As together we say, and so it is. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. And so it is. So let's take this. Let's take it out into the street. Let's celebrate with releasing it all, which is Which number is this?
60.
Number 60, we're singing I Release and I Let Go. So let's release and let go. And if you want to stand up and dance, please do so.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. You've got to let it all go. And this is what you got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart's open wide. Yes, I'm only for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Have a great week, everyone.